Play La Bamba, Oil Country. We got the victory chain as the Edmonton Oilers defeat the Vancouver Canucks 7-3. And in what was a pretty boring game after the first period. And if you were here during the live stream, one, I want to thank you. And two, during the second period, I was telling everyone that was watching, I was like, this game's kind of boring. And the Oilers are a pretty boring team sometimes. And then all of a sudden, there was an explosion of goals in the second period. And then in the third period, the Oilers completely ran away with it. I don't know what happened to Lankinen after he made that unbelievable save on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins early in the third period on the power play. But Lankinen, he completely, he had a meltdown. The Vancouver Canucks had a bit of a meltdown game. And as an Oilers fan, we are used to that. Look at Mochi's tail getting in the way. Hi, Mochi. What are you doing, honey? Listen, Mochi wants to come say hi. We're going to let her say hi. She's coming up on my lap. Hi, Moch. What are you doing? Hi. All right. We're going to let everyone say hi to Mochi. She's not usually this cuddly when I'm recording videos. So say hi, Mochi. Happy? Hi, Moch. All right, Mochi wants some love while I'm trying to record my post-game reaction. That is okay. We love Mochi. I'll try and get a Mochi cam for the next live stream as well. What was I saying? Yes, so Lankinen and the Vancouver Canucks, kind of a meltdown game. If you know, considering how the game was, it was a one-goal game heading to the third. The Oilers had an early power play in that third period. They weren't able to capitalize because Lankinen made an unbelievable save on Nugent-Hopkins. That was the save of the game. And he kept Vancouver in it. And then he had another amazing save not long after. And I was telling my chat, I was like, you know what? If Vancouver comes back and wins this, it's going to be because of Lankinen. And then the Oilers, the floodgates opened up. And there wasn't really a whole lot Lankinen could do. I felt kind of bad, but at the same time, I don't feel bad because the Oilers have been on the end of this, and the Oilers were completely destroyed by the Vancouver Canucks last year during the regular season. No game was really particularly close. Last year, we were all aware that the Oilers started the season in Vancouver's home opener that year. Edmonton lost 8-1. So this is a good feeling to have. We're excited. We're feeling good. The Oilers improved to 7-7-1 on the season, and that is so much better than falling to 6-8-1. The Oilers are back to 500. They're back in a wild card spot, and that's good to see. And a lot of players that were kind of, on the cusp of breaking out were able to break out and get some points for Edmonton tonight. Leon Draisaitl had another goal. He scored early in the first period. It wasn't a power play goal, unfortunately. It was just as the power play had expired, but he made it 1-0. Second period, Corey Perry makes it 2-0 off of a really nice passing play. The Canucks didn't clear the zone. Derek Ryan keeps it in. He feeds that puck over to Janmark, and Janmark with such a nice pass to Corey Perry for just a tap in. Corey Perry is not going to score an easier goal than that. He makes it 2-0 Edmonton. And then a minute later, Victor Arvidsson scores his second goal of the season, assisted by Draisaitl and Brett Kulak, who, by the way, Brett Kulak is just like an offensive monster this season. Maybe start playing Brett Kulak on the power play, Maybe we'll start playing Brett Kulak on the power play for the Oilers. Then after Arvidsson makes it 3-0, Elias Pettersson, he makes it 3-1 just 18 seconds later after the Oilers made it 3-0. It was a keep in by the Canucks. Ekholm did not clear the zone. It's kept in by DeBrusk, who threw a puck towards the goal, and Pettersson with a great deflection. There's nothing Stuart Skinner could have done. 3-1. And then just a minute 59 after that, Vancouver makes it 3-2, and all of a sudden, we got a crazy game going on. It's 3-2 at the 7-minute mark of the second period. Hronek with his first goal of the season. Vancouver, once again, kept a puck alive after Janmark did not make a great decision with it, and then came out in front. Hronek, top of the right circle. I would have liked to save. I'm not entirely blaming Skinner, but it would be nice to get a save there. But the Oilers, they shut things down. Vancouver did not get a lot of opportunities for the rest of the game. They kind of locked things down, kept things to the perimeter. They did not really allow any high danger looks. And then the third period, this is where the floodgates opened up for Edmonton. And Lankinen, like I said, a complete meltdown of a third period after he started off that third so strongly. Connor Brown scored at 6:10 of the third to make it 4-2 Edmonton, assisted by Henrique and Janmark. That was Henrique's first assist of the season, by the way. So we're happy to see Henrique get a point. Mattias Janmark, by the way, had 3 assists tonight. Mattias Janmark, maybe the first star of the game. Janmark had such a good game. Janmark, Henrique, and Brown were put back together. They were reunited in that third period, and they took advantage of it. And it's nice to see them contribute. Nice to see Connor Brown get some goals. By the way, I'm going to talk about Connor Brown just a little bit later. Just a minute after Connor Brown makes it 4-2, the Oilers get a power play. Connor McDavid scores a power play goal from Zach Hyman and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It was nice to see the power play connect. Finally, they were able to get a power play goal. Now, you could say maybe they had 2 power play goals, but of course, that first goal in the first period, it was when a power play expired, so obviously it doesn't count as a power play goal, but it's kind of a power play goal. It's one of those, like, it still was. Hughes was not in the play. And then the Oilers make it 6-2. Brett Kulak, just less than a minute after McDavid makes it 5-2. He throws a puck on net. That goes through Lankinen's 5-hole. And a lot of fans in the chat were like, maybe you got to pull Lankinen, because that was an ugly goal. That was one of the worst goals I've ever seen a goalie give up this season. Not named Stuart Skinner. Just kidding. I love Stuart Skinner. I love Stu. He made some big saves tonight. And then, of course, just a couple minutes after Brett Kulak made it 6-2 for the Oilers, Connor Brown came in off the the left side. He came in off the rush. He threw a puck towards the goal, and it beat Lankinen on his glove side. It like went under his glove arm between his pad. And that Rick Tocchet had enough. He's like, you know what? No, we're pulling Lankinen. They put Archer Shelovs in. Shelovs had to make a couple big saves too. The Oilers, of course, then take a late penalty. Evan Bouchard was called for interference. Interesting, the calls and non-calls tonight. I'm not going to say that it affected the outcome of this game, but there was a missed tripping call on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in the second period that the refs did not call. And then in the third period, they did call a trip. The Oilers with the power play, they did get some looks, but that was when Lankinen, of course, made his unbelievable save on Nuge. That could have been a turning point. Obviously, it didn't matter whether they called one or the other. The Oilers, they scored in bunches tonight. They scored when they needed to. Vancouver was not really in this game. And when we look at the stats tonight, the stats in this game in all situations, the Oilers, according to Natural Stat Trick, 3.58 expected goals to Vancouver's 1.43. The Oilers had over 2 more expected goals in this game than Vancouver, and the high danger chances. This is where it gets nuts, Oil Country. The high danger chances were 17-2 in favor of Edmonton. The Oilers only gave up 2 high danger looks the entire game. And for Edmonton, the defensive effort was so strong. They prevented any real look from Vancouver. And if you're a Canucks fan, I'm not surprised if you're frustrated. I'm not surprised that everyone was walking out of the building when Brett Kulak made it 6-2 and then Brown made it 7-2. And then, of course, you had those really loud Let's Go Oilers chants in Vancouver's building. You know the next meeting between these two teams is going to be nasty because Vancouver is not going to be happy that the game played out like that. They're not going to be happy that their fans left the building and there was thousands of Oilers fans chanting Let's Go Oilers. They were loud on the broadcast. The Oilers fans were very loud on this broadcast. But Pius Suter, he scored a late goal for Vancouver on the power play. Of course, that lowers the Oilers' penalty kill percentage even more, even lower than what it is. And I felt bad for Stuart Skinner. I don't think he deserved to have 3 goals against him. His goals against is going to continue to stay high, and his save percentage is going to continue to stay low. But I thought Stuart Skinner, of course, he gave the team a chance to win. The Oilers in general played probably their best all-around game of the season. You love to see it. And the live stream tonight was an absolute blast. Whether you're a Canucks fan or Oilers fan that tuned in tonight, I truly appreciate it. Here on my post-game reaction video, let's try and crack 100 likes on this video because I likely won't have a day after video up. I do have to work at 6 a.m. By the time you're watching this, I'm probably already at work. So I don't think I'll have a day after video up tomorrow. Tomorrow is my 1-year YouTube anniversary. And I just wanted to give a huge shout out to everyone that has ever tuned in, whether you watch regularly or not, whether you're a new viewer or a returning viewer, whether you're someone that's been here from the beginning or someone that tuned in just right now as I'm talking. Your support means the absolute world to me. I would not be doing YouTube without all of your support. I would not be able to do any of this without anyone that doesn't tune in. Obviously, everyone tuning in allows me to continue doing this. So I didn't have a speech written or anything. So that's why I'm kind of stumbling on my words. I appreciate Oil Country. You are seriously the greatest fans in the world. And not just Oil fans, fans of other teams that tune in. We have a really special community here, and you are part of that. And I cannot thank you enough. I cannot express how much I appreciate everyone. So thank you for being the best community here on the platform. We are continuing to build the best community here on YouTube. 5,000 subscribers is around the corner. Of course, we still have a pretty decent ways to go, but I know we're going to hit that before the new year. And if there's anyone that you think might enjoy my content, we are wholesome. I do get a little emotional and crazy sometimes, but I try and keep that to the minimum. I try and keep positive vibes to the maximum. That's going to be it from me tonight. This was the post-game reaction between the Oilers and the Canucks, where the Oilers win 7-3. The Oilers improved to 7-1. And let's see if they can continue to build their game before Tuesday night's matchup against the New York Islanders, which, by the way, I will be live streaming. I will be doing a live stream commentary on Tuesday against the Islanders. I am looking forward to that. So if you missed the live stream tonight or last night, depending when you're watching this, I will be live streaming on November 12th. The Oilers are back at home against the Isles. And then, of course, they play on Thursday against the Nashville Predators, which, once again, I'll be doing a live stream commentary. I cannot wait. We have a big week coming up. And then, of course, the Oilers will be on their first Eastern Conference road trip of the season this weekend. Not this weekend, like next weekend. You know what I'm talking about. We'll see you soon, Oil Country. I love all of you. Tell someone that you love them for me. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. As always, let's go Oilers.